Okay, so you should be ready for your test. Number 1, identify each type of rock. You need to look closely at these rocks. See what they look like. This one, you can tell, looks like it has some sort of little fossil from a shell or something. Okay. We have 3 choices. You need to click and drag to label the correct box. Sedimentary, igneous, metamorphic. Click and drag. You can pause this video at any time if you need to, or rewind as well. Number 2, click and drag the label to the correct location on the diagram. Label each type of rock in the rock cycle diagram below. So you can see here, here's a volcanic eruption. Leads here. This leads to sediment and leads here and leads here and to magma, back to volcanic eruption. So we have sedimentary rocks, igneous rock, metamorphic rocks. You need to figure out which one goes where. So this one has volcanic eruption, what goes there? Sediments, what goes here? And then here. All right, number 3. We have air, soil, up. So that's up, this is down. We have fossil A is here, and fossil B is right here. When comparing fossil A to fossil B, which is most likely correct? A, only fossil B was once an organism. B, fossil B is larger. C, fossil B is older. D, only fossil B is metamorphic. Looking at the diagram, which of those is most likely correct? Number 4. This rock, found in New Mexico, was formed when lava cooled over 1 million years ago. What type of rock is pictured? A, limestone. B, metamorphic. C, igneous. D, sedimentary. It was formed when lava cooled. Question 5. And again, you need to pause this and go slowly if you need think time. You can rewind it and re-listen if you need to. Number 5, a scientist found a fossil of an organism that had gills. When the organism was living, the area in which it lived was most likely covered by A, grassland, B, bare rock, C, forest, D, water. Number 6, directions. Click and drag the name to the correct location on the diagram. We have here, I'm going to read the question first. Drag the name of each layer of the Earth's interior to the appropriate location. You have the inner core, the crust, the mantle, the outer core. Which one do you call this? This outside layer will be this box. Is that the inner core, crust, mantle, or outer core? And you have this next area. That box is here. Then the next area would be this box here. And then the very, very center would be this box here. Click and drag. Number 7. Earth is composed of 4 layers. Many scientists believe that as Earth cooled, the denser materials sank to the center, and the less dense materials rose to the top. The least dense layer is the A, crust, B, inner core, C, outer core, D, mantle. If I were you, I would listen to that one again. Question 8. Directions. Click and drag each set of terms to the correct box. Match each landform with the type of plate movement that created it. So you can see here, we have arrows. We have plates. This is called asthenosphere. I don't know what that means. A, zone of divergence. Plates separate. You need to tell whether that's the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, the Himalayan Mountains, or the San Andreas Fault. Looking at the shape of this should kind of give that away. All right, so you'll click and drag to that. Here's the next one. I see two arrows going this way. This one's going underneath that. Zone of convergence, plates collide. Is that going to be the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, the Himalayan Mountains, or the San Andreas Fault? The next one, we have two arrows here. C, transform fault. Plates slip past each other. Is that the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, the Himalayan Mountains, the San Andreas Fault? All right. Number 9. Which section is the rocky layer located under the crust where heat currents carry heat from the hot inner mantle to the cooler outer mantle? We have section 1 is 5 to 25 miles thick. Section 2, 1,800 miles thick would be this brown area. Section 3, 1,400 miles thick is that reddish area. Section 4 is 800 miles thick. That is that yellow part. Which section is the rocky layer located under the crust where heat currents carry heat from the hot inner mantle to the cooler outer mantle? Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, or Section 4? Directions, click and drag the correct text to the correct location. Complete the table. We have word and definition. I like to read the long part first and then just go quickly through the choices. Carried to a new location as sediment. Which one means carried to a new location as sediment? Erosion, deposition, or weathering? Next one. Materials can be moved by water and wind. Is that erosion, deposition, weathering? Last one. To change due to atmospheric conditions. Erosion, deposition, or weathering? Click and drag to answer. Number 11. Directions, click and drag the text to the correct box. Match each type of plate to the correct picture. Again, you can see arrows. This is hard to see, but they're moving apart. Okay. This has arrows where they're coming together and one is going under the other one. And then this one shows an arrow going this way and an arrow going that way. Transform, divergent, convergent. Click and drag. Number 12. A teacher wanted to give her students a simple chart to help them remember the meanings of some science vocabulary words. Which chart should the teacher give the students? This is a lot of reading with the same words. And so basically I'm going to read it, but you need to kind of focus on what you do know. Like if one of these terms is something you really know, look at it. If you really know weathering and you really know what it means, look and see which ones have it correct. Okay. So we have vocabulary word and keyword on each chart. First one says weathering, water, erosion, wind, deposition, climate. If you think all of those are correct, then you would choose A. B, weathering, water, erosion, climate, deposition, wind. If you think all of those are correct, then choose it. C, weathering, carried. Erosion, water, deposition, wind. D, weathering, wind, erosion, water, deposition, carried. E, weathering, climate, erosion, carried, deposition, wind. F, weathering, climate, erosion, water, deposition, carried. Look at them carefully. If you have, like I said, if you know deposition, look and see which ones work. X out the ones you know are wrong. Narrow them down. Number 13. Which of these is an impact made by humans? So it has to be something we're doing. A, marble being dug from a rock quarry. B, marble forming from sedimentary rock. C, oceans dying. I'm sorry, that is not what that says. C, oceans drying and exposing limestone. D, limestone forming from shells of ocean animals. Which one is being done by humans? 14, which of the following is an example of a positive human impact of the earth? A, planting trees. B, clearing land for building. C, factories dumping waste in the rivers. D, oil spills. 15, last one. A student is hiking through a forest taking pictures for science class. Which picture would most likely be used as an example of human impact on Earth? So again, human impact. What are we doing? A, river eroding away the riverbank. B, a bird nest made of dead branches. C, a trail built by cutting down trees. D, a group of butterflies landing on flowers. All right, rewind it if you need to. Go back and check over it. Good luck.